All right, this video is a walkthrough for Lab 1 of Introduction to GIS. I'm going to assume that you have downloaded the zipped file of Lab 1 from Canvas. To do that, you're just going to go to Canvas, click on the file, click download, and then it should end up somewhere in your downloads folder, maybe like that. From there, I always like to make a folder for like whatever project I'm doing, or for the purposes of this class, you probably want to go to like just your desktop and then make a new folder. That's going to be something like GEOG 11. Don't do any spaces. No spaces in your file names is always good practice. If you do spaces or funny characters, your GIS won't like it later on. Okay, so then just copy paste your lab folder into it. This is still zipped up. You can see the zipper. So we're going to go right click, extract all, right into there. Okay. And now we've got our folder. It's got the lab instructions that look like this. If you want to, you can arrange it on your desktop like that. I'm going to have them open in my other monitor, so I'm just going to close it so that you can see all of the actual GIS that we're doing. Okay, so I'm going to minimize that. And then look, once you've got your zip file, if you want to, you can delete that original zip file that you downloaded, because we're just going to be using the extracted one, the unzipped version. Okay, so delete. All right, now you're going to go into arcgis.com. Sign in. You're going to use that username and password that I gave you. Sign in. Great. And then mine looks a little bit different because I'm the admin and you can see all our credits and stuff, but you might come up with the home page when you first load into ArcGIS. And then you're going to click the map button. On here you've got content. That's going to be all of your own content. You can also see groups and stuff. So this is just things that I've made, I've been working on. It's listed by date, modified. You're going to be in a group for this class. But then map, this is where you're going to make a map today. So start there. Okay, so in ArcGIS Online, this is the new map viewer. The classic map viewer is just old version that if you've ever used ArcGIS Online before, it may have been the classic map viewer, but they phased that out. They don't want you to use that anymore. And once if you stick with this, you'll be fine. It's pretty intuitive. Most of the things, like, you can kind of figure out what you need to do or what you want to do. But over here, add data. This is going to add new data. Layers. You can also add new data from the Layers tab, but once you have layers, this shows all the layers that you have. Tables. This is kind of like Excel documents, whatever. Base maps. We'll do that in a minute. Charts. You can add charts and graphs. Legend. Bookmarks. Bookmarks are like, if you want the map to load up on, this spot right here, we can add a bookmark, and it'll automatically zoom to that location when we want it to. So like, this isn't in the lab instructions, but let's just do PCC add. And now if I zoom somewhere else, I'm gone. PCC. Zoom somewhere else. PCC. That takes you back there. So that's if you're working on like multiple locations, you could add bookmarks for those, and it's kind of nice and easy. You don't need to do that. All right, so step 1, it says click base map in the directions. Choose any base map for this lab that we're doing. You can choose anything. Some of them are, like, this one's kind of fun, colored pencil. Cool. Community map. This has stuff that people from the community have added. Dark gray, that's aesthetic, if you want like the night mode. Firefly imagery hybrid is a hybrid of a bunch of satellite and airplane layers that, like, if you're looking for recently updated imagery of an area. Firefly might have it. This is obviously not that old because I'm making this video about a month after the Eaton Canyon fire, and the Firefly imagery hybrid is not updated with the burn area. But you've got a cloud, and like sometimes if I'm looking for a thing in an open space with satellite mode, if imagery or imagery hybrid doesn't have it, the Firefly might have it. We've also got human geography, people stuff that's kind of minimalist. Imagery. They do differ slightly. Oh, imagery is just images, no labels. The hybrid adds the labels onto it. Sometimes you want those, sometimes you don't. Canvas, antique. This is kind of like the Firefly. If something that I'm looking for doesn't show up on the regular imagery, I might check the NAPE imagery and see if that has it. This, again, not updated from a month ago. Later in the class, we'll get more recent satellite imagery from other sources. Other things: navigation, oceans, OpenStreetMap, outline. This is a drone map that I shot of just PCC, and so it uses the regular imagery, plus the imagery that I flew, which is kind of old, because this building is completed now. This is a different building now. But I flew this drone footage of campus during the pandemic, standing on the rooftop. So you should be able to see my car somewhere, and me. That might be me right there. Anyway, you got base maps. Choose a base map. Okay, next step. We're going to add in some data. Now, when you're adding in this data, you may get, well, we're going to navigate to our folder that we downloaded. Sorry that there's so many embedded Lab 1 AGOLs. That's just from me creating it. Okay, data. So we've got a couple things. Waypoints, you can ignore those. So you have schools. This is schools around PCC, and then the district outline. This is the actual like community college district outline. What I'm going to recommend is that you change the name slightly. So I'm just going to add my initials, BW, whatever your initials are. Add those initials to both of these, because ArcGIS Online doesn't like duplicate file names. And so if you add your initials, they won't be duplicates anymore. If you don't have your initials, then everybody else who has uploaded these files may have a duplicate on there. Okay, so to add data, we've got those. The location is good. We're going to go to Add here, Add Layer from File. And then for now, we can just drag in PCC District Outline. Great, it's a shapefile, correct. Yep. That's all good. You could add tags or summary if you want to. District Outline, there's a tag. So if you search for it, it'll be tagged as that. Create and add to map. Okay. So then zoom out, and we can see this is, oh, let's use, if you did a bookmark. Cool. This is the PCC district. This is actually an old one. It's not the most current district outline, but it doesn't matter for the purpose of this lab. This is like the area that people who live within this district go there, and then your tax money contributes to this campus, is what the district essentially is. And you're represented by, and you get to vote for a trustee at different times. Okay, so to edit it, we're going to go to Layers, or Edit the Appearance. Click these three dots, Show Properties, and then first transparency. We can slide this to 100%. Obviously, you wouldn't want that. But 50%, so we can see the district, we can see what's underneath it as well. And then edit layer style here, single location, single symbol. Okay, and then we want to change the fill color right here to like a light gray. That's fine. And then the outline color to orange. Okay. On these, you can just click around, mess with it. For this, colors don't matter too much. The nice thing is if you find colors of things online for a different project, you can just paste the RGB code in here to get the exact colors that you want. Okay, so that's good. It's going to look, let's make that a little bit thicker. Width. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. And then done. And done. And now it's slightly transparent, gray, orange outline. Great. We've got this name. It's going to show up like that on the map. We can do rename. And then to rename it, just call it Pasadena City College District. Okay, now it'll show up in the map like that. You can toggle it on and off like this, the eye. Great. Okay, so same way, using the same method, you're going to add schools. So I'm going to do this one faster because you should know how to do it. Add from file, drag in your schools, shapefile, next. Get in the habit of doing that yourself. It's going to be a very common thing to do. Every lab, you're going to add data in from somewhere. Okay. So that loaded in, each of these orange dots is a school. And if it doesn't pop up, then you can go 3 dots, properties, edit layer style. As we just added it in, it lets us do that. This is kind of a cool setting. And so this comes from a file of all schools in the United States. I've reduced it down to just California, and then for this lab, to make it process faster for you, I cut it down to just the schools surrounding PCC, and it's all K-12 and community colleges from a few years ago. One of the options to display heat map, that's kind of cool. It just shows like where's the highest density. Good for some purposes, but like doesn't give you very specific data. And then as you zoom in, the heat map is just, here's a school. That's where the dots are. Okay, so location, single symbol, and then let's do any dot. I'm okay with that. And then done and done. You can change the color if you want to. Okay. Now, to add in data kind of manually, there's a search button that's kind of hard to see with this base map, but here's this white magnifying glass, search. And you can search using an address, so 1570 East Colorado Boulevard, Pasadena. And it zooms in on the address of PCC. I'm going to change the base map. This is kind of hard to see. That's better. Okay. Okay, so that's if I typed in the address. You can also search Pasadena City College. If it's a known landmark, that'll come up as well. You might have noticed the address put us in the parking lot down here. That must be like maybe the postal address. But then PCC, it gives you a center point of the main campus. Now we have like 5 other side campuses Rosemead, Foothill campus, a couple others. But here's the center point of the main campus. Okay, so we found it. Now we want to add a dot that stays there. So add to new sketch. Great. Recent point symbols. You can choose. That's dumb. I guess if they had a Lancer symbol, you could choose our thing as that. You can upload your own symbols. There's a whole bunch of options here that you could have. I like our school colors are gray and yellow and this crimson. So I like red dot. Okay. Great. Okay. And that's it. Now added to. Okay. I guess you can't change the one that we already placed, but we could delete that later. Okay, so for this one, now that the point is there, we want when people click on it, a pop-up to come up. And so we're going to do enable pop-up. The title, when you click on it, the title is going to be Pasadena City College. And then for the text, we can add in our own text. What the instructions say to do is go to the internet, Pasadena City College, and Wikipedia, and then just get a couple facts about PCC from the internet. No, that's not relevant. Oh, year established, number of students, and link to the website. Huh, that's got old data. Yeah, sure. That's 2015. As of 2024, we have slightly less than that. Or 2024. We had about 22,000 students. Okay. And then add content. We can go back on the internet. Images of PCC. Choose an image that you like. Right click. Copy. No. Image in new tab. That's it. Copy image address. Back to our map. It's going to be an image with a URL. And we'll see if that works. Done. Okay. So when you click on that, nope. Huh, our pop-up didn't work. Edit, pop-up, enable. Oh. Okay. Alright, our image works. For our text, edit text, we can go back to there we go. And all right, that's better. Now it works. Okay, so that pop-up works. The other ones, let's delete those. If you added extra ones, we should be able to delete some. No. You hit the select button, choose the one you want. Okay, delete. You can move it, delete that one, move this one back. Okay, so here's the select, and then it lets you edit. And then you can do your building, your big red dot, whatever it is. Okay, did it save our info? It did save our info. Okay, that's great. Now, map is edited, we've got PCC, we've got all the schools, we've got the district outline. That looks good. We're going to save it, save as. PCC, district, and schools. This one can be a regular public-facing title. It can have spaces. This is like something that the public would see if you're sharing this map with people. Save. And then we can look at the map properties. That's fine. Share map. For this map and for all the labs that we do that you're going to share with me, make sure you go to sharing, share with the public, save. And then that's going to allow me to look at your map. Here's the layers that you're sharing. Update sharing for those, because those have to be shareable as well. And then save again, just in case. And then this URL here, I'm going to copy it. Let me open an instance of Microsoft Edge, that other browser, paste it in there. And if the map works, then you are good. So notice the sketch doesn't show up on the legend. I'm not signed in on this one, so you can't do all the functions, but you can see the district outline, we can see the schools, we can see our pop-up and our image all work correctly. So that's good. So that's what I'm going to submit to Canvas if I was a student. Now later on we'll do create app. This is how you would, or if you want to embed your map in a website. These are really important tools for sharing projects. We'll do those different days. You could print to a PDF if you wanted to. But for today, this web map URL is just fine. Great, let me know if you have questions. Hope that was not too bad.